Looking to grow your follower count on Instagram while also increasing your profit? You may be surprised that your growth on Instagram has just as much to do with what happens before you post as it does with the post itself. My mom and I have built a 7-figure global brand on social media with a relatively small following and by posting just 1 time a day. And in this video, I am sharing 8 simple steps that, if followed, will allow you to work smarter on Instagram, posting less while profiting more. My name is Jordan Maylea. I'm the co-founder of the Global Freedom Community alongside my mom and business partner, Kathy Schneider. Together, we help female entrepreneurs create laptop lifestyle using profitable habits and evergreen marketing strategies so you can create consistent revenue without stress and overwhelm. If you're new here, be sure and hit that subscribe button. We put out great new videos just like this one every single week on this channel, and I don't want you to miss the next free training we release. Raise your hand if you ever feel like you're posting on social media just for the sake of posting on social media. You're showing up, you're creating the content because it's what you've been told you must do if you want to grow your business online. And because you aren't getting the results you want, you start thinking the answer is more. More content, more engagement, more work. But what if I told you the answer isn't more? In fact, it's actually less. We say it often because it's so important. Slow down to grow faster. When you slow down and stop posting just for the sake of posting and start posting for profit, it's crazy how a little preparation can make a huge difference. Don't forget that taking time to plan is an action step. And in this video, I'm going to break down our 8-step checklist we use before we post so we can get more engagement, more followers, and more importantly, more leads and sales by posting less. Step number 1, do I have time? It all begins with time. You have to give to receive. And before we post, we ask ourselves, do I have time to warm up the algorithm before I post? And do I have time to engage after I post? Engagement is so important for 2 reasons. For one, people do business with those they know, like, and trust. You've got to be a human first and a marketer second. But the other reason is just as important, the algorithm. Never forget that at its core, Instagram is a social media platform. The algorithm will always reward you for spending more time on the app. So taking time to engage for 10 minutes both before and after you post can have a huge difference in your algorithmic favor. I like to take a few minutes before posting to reply to any comments I get on my previous post, but I take it a bit further by visiting that person's profile and leaving a little love on their posts as well. This tells the algorithm that we enjoy engaging with each other, and it's more likely to continue to show my posts to that person and people like that person in the future. Step 2, who am I speaking to? Does my post speak to my niche, to my ideal client? Don't overcomplicate this. Keep it simple. Remember, your niche is who you help and how you help them. If a post doesn't offer education, entertainment, or inspiration to that person around that problem, then don't post it. Step number 3, is my post on brand? And no, I'm not talking about your color palette or your logo. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, defines brand as what people say about you when you're not in the room. Your brand is a lot more about how people see you than how you see your brand yourself. Your job is to make sure that the content you are creating is conveying the message you want to get across in the way you want to communicate it. On social media, it's so easy to allow comparison-itis to pull us off course here. We see someone else in a similar niche with more followers, more engagement, and we start to think that by being more like her, we can be more successful. My mom and I used to say that we wanted to be the next Amy Porterfield, or the next Tanya Eliza, or the next Ray Higdon. But it wasn't until we started showing up as the best Jordan and Kathy that we could be that our brand really started to take on a shape and identity of its own. So before you post, ask, is this me, or am I trying to copy someone else? Step number 4, what is the purpose of my post? Is it to attract more followers, nurture trust with my existing followers, or is it to convert leads or sales for my business? Every single thing you post needs to hit at least one of these purposes. And if you want to dive deeper into exactly how to do this, along with some examples of each, then check out this video. I'll also link it below for you as well. I can't stress this enough. Be intentional. Have a reason. Don't just post for the sake of posting. Have a purpose, because your intentions will drive your results. Step number 5, do I have a hook? There are several places within Instagram where we use hooks. A hook is a one-sentence statement or question that hooks your audience's attention, it stops the scroll, and keeps it stopped. If you are creating a reel, your hook needs to be the first piece of text that pops up on the screen, and it also needs to be visible on the cover photo of the reel. If you're creating a carousel, say something you made in Canva, the hook needs to be on the first slide. And no matter what kind of post you're creating, whether it's a reel, a carousel, or just a photo of yourself, you need to hook your audience's attention with the first sentence of your caption. A great hook will speak to the pain points your ideal client is experiencing and or the solution they are seeking. Questions make great hooks because our brain is automatically wired to answer them, and your audience will want to discover the answer before scrolling on. Tip number 6, am I speaking in a way that my ideal client will understand and appreciate? One of the great lessons in marketing is that as a marketer, your job is to join the conversation in your ideal client's head. When writing your captions, designing your carousels, or creating your reels, you want the language to be something that your ideal client will resonate with and will understand. So, by using the same words that they are already using and by becoming their cheerleader, not their critic, you can really create content that they really want to read, consume, and share. Sometimes in our quest to give value, we actually end up insulting our ideal clients or customers. Your tips should leave them feeling better. They need to see themselves in your content and feel good sharing it with others. A good way to check this is to acknowledge how they might feel, create connection by saying you felt the same way, and then sharing a solution you found. This simple formula puts your prospect in your shoes and helps them see that you used to have a similar problem or pain point that they had, and that you can be a valuable resource in helping them find the solution. Tip number 7, did I proof my work? This would seem like a no-brainer, but I need to point it out because we're all human. We make typos. We think we put the word TOO, but then type out TO or TWO. It's a spelling mistake. If you notice after you posted it, please leave it. Don't delete it. But let this be a reminder to double check your work and pay attention to spell check alerts in whatever program you use to create your images and your captions. I like to proofread my posts out loud, especially if they have a longer caption, to make sure it makes sense. Sometimes I get to writing so fast that I leave out a sentence or I repeat myself. And a good rule in copywriting is that if it's not important to say, it's important not to say it. So in addition for looking for typos, look for sentences that aren't necessarily important to the story and delete them. If you can still get the point and emotion across without it, it needs to go. Finally, tip number 8, am I using relevant hashtags? The truth is, hashtags are becoming less and less important on Instagram. As the algorithm gets more sophisticated, we are finding that the posts we want to see often find us before we even go looking for them. But here's where hashtags are still very important. They function as keywords, telling the algorithm what your post is about. Think of each hashtag as a searchable keyword, telling the algorithm who the post is there to help and what it's there to help them with. If you're tired of posting just for the sake of posting and you want to start posting for profit instead, I'd like to invite you to check out our Posting for Profits program. This low-priced offer is a perfect introduction to creating a profitable posting plan for both Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Inside, we break down how to choose the best platform for your business, how to identify your niche and create a social media profile that converts. We also cover how to turn your social media profile into a social selling hub that generates leads and sales for you daily, and how to create a content and engagement strategy for your feed and stories that gets the most results possible with the least amount of work. You can get all the details on the program at globalfreedomcommunity.com/profit. All right, that's all I have for now. I have asked YouTube to recommend the best next video for you, which you can watch right here. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go, so you'll be notified the next time we release a new video on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.